Hi, and welcome to this short video about JSTOR. In this video, I'll show you how to register your own user in JSTOR and create your own workspace. If you don't already have the address and the login information to JSTOR, there's two main ways to get it through our school websites. One is in It's Learning, where you go to the subject de classe elever, choose Ressourcer, and then find the library folder on the left-hand side. In the library folder, there's a document called Inloggings Info JSTOR, which has both link to JSTOR and the login info. If you know the login info, you've been there before, just need the link. You can find it on the school website, which is over here, and look like this. In the school website, you can either go to the main newspaper and journal article page, or you can go to the sub-page called Scholarly Databases. The JSTOR information on those pages is the same. We're going to Scholarly Databases here. JSTOR is on top. There's a few other Scholarly Databases down here. So there is more than just JSTOR that you can find. Also, here you find the link to the login info. You have to be logged on to It's Learning to access that. There's also a link to the JSTOR LibGuides and the JSTOR Student Support page. And I think links to this video might turn up here eventually. Okay, now we're heading straight for JSTOR. And when we come here, we're not logged into any user, any library. So the first thing to do is to log in to the school website. If you have your own user already, you can probably log straight into that. But if you don't, you have to use the Bergen Katedralskole login. And that's what I'm doing in a moment. Okay, now you're in, and it says access provided by Bergen Katedralskole. So you know you're in our area. If you're just looking for an article or two or a book chapter, and you're not looking for more than maybe one or two, or you don't want your own area in here, it's perfectly fine if you just go ahead and search JSTOR here. It doesn't really matter. But if you know that you're going to be using several articles, you're going to be using JSTOR in several different assignments, and so on, it's a good idea to register your own user. And you do that up here. I'm not going to do it because I already have too many. You register your email account, you confirm your email, you choose password, the institution you have to keep, role. For students at Bergen Katedralskole, it'll probably be K-12 student, and for teacher, it'll be K-12 teacher. These are optional, but you have to accept the terms and conditions. And then you click register and you're good to go. You'll get an email confirming your registration, but there's no confirmation link in that email, so you're good to log in as soon as you've done this. Then you go back to login and click that, and then you log in with your new user. So that's what I'm doing here, logging in with my new user. And now it has my name up here and a menu, which it didn't have before. It doesn't have that before you're into your individual user. You can go to your profile where you can change, what name is going to show up and a few other things. And you can go straight to the workspace. The workspace is this area. It's empty at the moment, but we'll remedy that in a few seconds. To start filling up the workspace, we'll do a search. I'm going to look for extended essay or the International Baccalaureate. 29 search results. That's not too bad. I can deal with that. When I find a journal article here, I can read it if I want to. I just click the title and there's the information about it. I can read it here. I can download it as a PDF. I can share it with friends on email, on Tumblr, on Twitter, on Facebook, or I can save it to my workspace. So that's what I'm going to do now. Now it says this item was saved to your workspace. But there's more than just this one I want. I want more of the articles. So I'm going to go back to the results. And I don't have time to read them all now, but I'm looking through here to see which ones I want to keep. Yeah, that looks interesting. And yeah. Okay, right. So there's about 5 of them. So that's for my EE project. But I have another project I'm also looking into, so I'm gonna search for protein folding, which is gonna give me a lot of results. Yes, 19,900 and something. That's way too many to look through. So I've decided that it has to be published from 2012 on. So it has to be fairly new. We're down to 4,000. It's also for chemistry and not biology, so I can click chemistry here, and then I'm down to 8. This is not the best search in the world, but you know it's showing you how to do this. And there's this book chapter, Protein Folding Phenomena. As you see, as when I went into the individual article, I can download the PDFs from here. I can save, or I can find the citation information for this item if I want that. I'm going to save a few of these. Yeah, so about 4 of them. So now I'm going to go to the workspace and show you how you can find your articles and how you can organize them there. As I showed you earlier, you find your workspace by finding the arrow by your name and the drop-down menu, and then you click into workspace. And now there's several articles in our workspace. At the moment, there's about 9 of them. It's possible to just leave them here. It's not too hard to find out what's what. But if you have several subjects, several assignments, if you're a teacher, you want to collect for different lessons for different students, it's a good idea to create folders and organize the articles into that. So I'm going to create a folder. This is the extended essay folder. So I'm going to create that. And there's 2 ways to get an article into a folder. You can mark it and move it and choose. If I had more folders, they would come in the list here. And move. That's, for those who like to do it that way. Another way to do it is mark the ones that you want to put in your folder and just grab them and move them into the folder. And there they went, all 4 of them. Then I want to create another folder for the chemistry. Or proteins, whatever I want to call it. The same here, I can mark them all and pull them straight into the folder. With both the folder and the individual articles, you can choose to share them. From the workspace, you share via email. So you can go share the whole folder, or you can go into the folder, or if you haven't put the article in the folder, you can do it from the main workspace and share. You can also write a comment. So if you're a teacher and you want to share a whole folder, you can put like 3 articles in it. You can then write to your students whatever you want them to do, whatever you want them to answer, and so on. If we go back up to the workspace, you always see the trail here where you are, so workspace chemistry. You see there's a globe here. That globe gives you the opportunity to add on resources that are not in JSTOR. So if I click add here, I have an article which is called The Influence of Student Learning Characteristics. It's about the IB. I have the address for it up here. And I can just put the URL in. And it turns up in the workspace with spelling errors and all. When I marked it, you see that over here I can add notes to it, or I can put it in the trash. What I cannot do is find citation information about it. The JSTOR articles I can find citation information about going here. But otherwise it behaves just like everything else, so I can click on the link, I can mark it, or either use move or drag it into the appropriate folder. Okay, and when you're done, you log out. And that's, about it for the workspace. It's not that complicated, but it can be a good source to use.